CEO's responsibility to make those people realize how important they are to the company. It's not one person.
When you made your first million,
I was 26.
you became a millionaire at 26?
Yes.
What happened that year?
I had been a part of a partnership where we had bought a company for $25 million and had sold it for $55 million 3 years later.
So I think I've done a really good job of working really hard, but also having a pretty full life.
Number 1.
CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company. Let's keep going to get some more, man. Shout out Dallas. What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
I decided to go into the retail business.
The retail business.
Yeah.
What did you do exactly?
Well, I ran a lot of different retail companies.
And what company were you the CEO of?
Well, I was a lot of mine. It was Penny Company, the Penny's Company, Macy Company, Barney's, Neiman Marcus. So a lot of different companies that had difficulties at the time. I was the CEO of the company, but it's not the CEO who makes a success. It's the people who work for that company. But it's the CEO's responsibility to make those people realize how important they are to the company. It's not one person.
In 1 minute, tell me the blueprint that it takes to run a successful company, a multi-hundred-million-dollar company. What's the blueprint to creating a strong company in today's world?
Understanding the culture. Understanding the culture of the company. Each company is different. Neiman Marcus is different than the Penny Company. So you have to go in, you have to understand who they are, not who you are. And then you also got to understand your customer. Because the number one thing that a person running a company has to know who his customer is and take care of them and make sure your people are taken care of. And then if you do that, you can take care of the shareholder. Even though people say the shareholder comes first, the shareholder does come first because they can fire you. But if you don't take care of the customer first, you're never going to take care of the shareholder.
Number 2.
Excuse me, ma'am. Question for you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
Excuse me?
How old were you when you made your first million?
I was 26.
You became a millionaire at 26?
Yes.
What happened that year?
I had been a part of a partnership where we had bought a company for $25 million and had sold it for $55 million 3 years later.
Actually?
Yes.
What do you do for a living out here in Miami?
I do a lot of different things.
You think we could interview you real quick? I have a channel with 10 million followers. I go all over the world interviewing super successful people. Can we get 1 minute with you?
Sure.
How many businesses do you own?
Right now,
Yeah.
I have 5.
5 businesses?
Yes.
How long have you been a business owner?
Oh my gosh, my first time I was an equity partner in a company, I was 24 years old.
How old are you now?
I'm 50.
You're 50 years old.
I am.
Did you come from a lot of money?
I came from nothing. I grew up with 4 kids, a single mother on food stamps, living in a trailer behind my grandparents' home.
What was your turning point to financial freedom?
When you grow up with lack, you realize what you don't want. So you're like, how am I going to fix this? And I just remember thinking at a young age, at 9 years old, I started my first paper route. I'm like, I just need to start hustling, start working. I'll figure it out along the way. A lot of people don't want to hear that. The come up is a struggle and it's a journey. But by the time I was 18 and everybody else was just starting to think about working, I had been working for a decade. So I had sales expertise. I had hustle ingrained in me. So when I actually started my first job out of college, I crushed everybody near me because I had the work ethic and they also had the experience and expertise that I had built in that come up.
Were you good at selling?
I mean, I could sell ice to an Eskimo.
Wow. So give us a quick sales masterclass right here. Give me a lesson about sales.
The most important thing about sales is to always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Too often people think about, here's what I want you to have, here's why I want you to have it. That's an epic fail. The right way to do it is to put myself in your shoes, figure out the problem that you need solved, think about and empathize with how you're feeling, how you got there, and start speaking that to you. Immediately you're gonna feel a connection with me, you're gonna feel a trust with me, and you're gonna say, this girl gets my pain point. Now I can ask her, hey, can you solve that for me? And wouldn't you know, yes, I can. And that's how you really sell people.
You realize they don't teach that in school, right?
Well, they need to start teaching it.
Did you have to sacrifice a lot when you were coming up?
Oh my gosh, of course. I remember in my 20s, all my friends were getting married. Everybody was having babies. I didn't take one day off from work for 4 years. Not one vacation, not one day. All my friends lived in Boston. I lived in Boston. I moved to the middle of Michigan, in the middle of nowhere, Saginaw, Michigan. Not somewhere, an ideal location people want to go. I was 24 years old. I gave up everything because I wanted to put myself on the map in regards to business, create some credibility and name for myself and some wealth. And it all worked out.
When you were coming up, growing your businesses, did you have a lot of people that were hating on you or doubting you?
Even my own family has, right? Like people who, it doesn't even have to hate on you. They might love you and they want to hold you back because they're scared for you. It doesn't have to be haters. I think that that's a confusing point for a lot of people. My second book is called Overcome Your Villains. It's about getting all negative people out of your life. That's key to success. Like sometimes the people that are really holding you back and holding you down are the ones that love you because they're afraid for you. You have to be willing to say, I feel you, I see you, I thank you, I'm grateful for you, and I'm gonna still move forward anyway.
So it's safe to say that even though they're your family or your loved ones, they may not know what's actually best for you.
No one is gonna know what's best for you other than you. You've got to tune out that noise. Maybe they couldn't do it. That has nothing to do with whether you're gonna be successful or not.
You got amazing advice.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Thank you
so
much for your
happy to be here with you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for your
I
time.
appreciate you.
Number 3.
was a really cool interaction we just had with Dante. He had recognized us from the channel and some of the interviews that we had done, but right now we're on the way to the executive's house. He's gonna give us some game on how entrepreneurs can really thrive in today's business world and what he looks for in companies as an angel investor. So let's head out right now. Can't wait to get this content for you guys. What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Healthcare. In my last role, I was the chief operating officer for a $700 million business called Health Management Systems.
And did you guys end up selling your company?
We did. We sold it to a private equity company for about $3.5 billion, and it was a very successful exit at the end of 2020.
That is incredible. My next question for you, what was the best financial advice that you ever received throughout your lifetime? If you had a mentor or somebody that taught you a lesson about money that has kind of always stuck with you, what's the best financial advice you ever received?
Spend about half of what you make, and always keep your powder dry, because there's always an investment that you could use a little bit of money on. There's always something that you could, a person you can invest in, an idea you can invest in. And if you don't have any dry powder, we call it cash on the sideline, then you're always short of doing that. So always keep enough cash on the sideline or any kind of liquid requirements that you have. And I think in this market, in healthcare today, a lot of the valuations have come down. So over the next 2 or 3 years, you're going to see a multitude of investments that weren't there 2 to 3 years ago. So you should have some money in cash today.
What do you think is the biggest thing that takes a business from 7 to 8 and eventually 9 figures? A lot of people, they'll have a great business idea, they'll start that business, but they struggle to scale and grow. How were you guys able to scale into a multi-billion-dollar business?
I think the biggest challenge with scaling is just getting enough infrastructure to drive enough business, where you need more people, more technology, you need more sales, you need more marketing, you need more commercialization of the product, and ultimately you need to make it a industry utility. So everybody that's not using it is at a disadvantage. Once you can get to that tipping point, then you really scale.
What would you say was the biggest driving factor that really led to your success, that enabled you to work your way up and become an executive at a 9 and eventually 10-figure company in a booming industry?
Helping others succeed. I think your biggest focus is if you can help your direct reports get to their next level, if you can mentor people on the line up the ladder, you can reach down and pull people up the ladder, and always be focused on really giving them constructive criticism on what they did, what they didn't do, what they could do, how they should go about it. Because hiring the best people and lifting them up always kept me on the top of the food chain. So that's how I raised. And so the better you can surround yourself with great people, the better you can mentor those great people, the more opportunity you have to grow in your career as well.
You crushed that. Thank you so much.
Number 4.
What's going on, my man? How you doing? It's good to see you, brother.
You can't walk around Atlanta without security.
I know, man.
You can't walk around Atlanta without security.
Hey, my man, we were letting the people out here know that you didn't sell just one company. How many companies did you sell for the people that don't know?
I sold 4.
You sold 4.
I sold 4.
We're out here in Atlanta. We're going to be interviewing Arthur Blank and some other dope entrepreneurs, but I told them we couldn't come to Atlanta without checking in with you.
Hey, I love that, man. I love what you're doing, man. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, man. You're an inspiration to me, to my whole team, and to many, man. So you do a lot. So I got one rule for all the interviews, though. No holding back. We're going to give them the blueprint and the secret to building generational wealth and really making it in today's world. And because you talk about it's not just financial freedom, but the spiritual freedom and what's inside of us.
I do. I always say if you have $1 billion and your spirit's 0, $1 billion times 0 is 0. But if you have $1 and your spirit's $1 billion, $1 times $1 billion is $1 billion. You gotta have both.
That's the stuff that they don't teach us, though.
It's true, man. I think so many people focus on work, but it's really important also to focus on the spiritual side of your life. How you treat your customers. Were you philanthropic? What kind of adventure did you have in your life while you were building your business?
Yeah.
And I've been good at that.
No holding back. We're gonna give them the blueprint right here on how to make it in today's world.
Let's do
Can
it.
we make that happen?
Let's do it. Let's do it,
my man. Let's go. What was the most amount of money you made in a single year?
I did pretty good. Our private jet company did over $5 billion in sales, so we did pretty good. Yeah.
How much did you exit for?
A lot of money. Come on, man. That's a private thing. I worked hard to keep that private.
So how old were you when you became a millionaire?
I became a millionaire at 26.
So you made it early, man.
How old are you?
23 years old.
When I was 23, I was sleeping on my friend's couch and making $16,000 a year.
Are you serious?
And spending 25.
So what was your turning point to financial freedom, man? How did you know you were going to go out there and build an empire for yourself?
I think it's really important that you believe in the end of your story. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to believe in the end. If you're single, you have to believe he or she's out there. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to believe that what you're doing is going to work. And I always believed that it was going to click for me. It took me a lot of failures to get there, but I stuck with it. And, Everybody here watching your show is one idea, one referral, one meeting away from changing their trajectory of their life. I met that guy at 26. His name was Bob Sillerman, and he held my hand as a young kid. He said 3 things: make money, have fun, and have fun making money.
Did you ever doubt yourself?
Yes, I still doubt myself. I see all the people you interview, and I'm like, why are you interviewing me?
So how many companies did you have fail before that first one hit?
Oh my God, man. My journey was so insane. I sold chicken, shrimp, and meat door to door. That failed. I had a music company, record company that failed, t-shirt company that failed, marketing company that failed, record label that went out of business. And then I walked onto a private jet. I was a guest on a private jet. And I was like, people fly like this? I want to fly like this. And then my partner and I were like, let's start a company so we can fly on private planes. A couple of years later, we were doing $5 billion in sales.
So why did you not give up?
When I was growing up, my dad never let me win in anything. We would play checkers. As a 6, 7-year-old, he would beat me every time, no mercy. All the way till I got older. I didn't beat him in checkers till I was 55 years old, but what he was teaching me was how to deal with disappointment and that nothing would be handed to you. And that was a really important lesson for me, especially as I became an entrepreneur, because I had so many ventures that failed before one worked. And my dad taught me to stick with it. So, I could have easily given up after company 1 failed, company 2 failed, but I didn't.
Take us back to the most life-changing conversation you ever had. What's the greatest piece of advice that you've received throughout your career?
I think I got it when I was 50, actually, from my wife. And she said, put more on your plate of what it is you love to do with the people you love to do it with. Now, that might not sound like business advice. It's amazing business advice because we focus so much on the financial side of business and we tend to over-index in the energy we put into the financial side, but we tend to sometimes neglect the spiritual side. Like while you're building your business, did you live a life of adventure? What kind of culture did you build? Did you keep your friendships when you were childhood and in college? And I've been really good at this side of it. Good entrepreneur, amazing at living life. Because it goes like this. I'm 57, man. I'm looking at 70 in the face in 13 years. So I think I've done a really good job of working really hard, but also having a pretty full life.
So how important is it for an entrepreneur to maintain their health?
At the end of the day, we only have one job, and that's stay healthy. If you have $1 billion and you have a sore throat, every time you swallow, the only thing you think about is your sore throat. That's just a sore throat. There's an old saying, if you have health, you have hope. If you have hope, you have everything. Like we have one job, stay healthy. You can't enjoy anything if you don't have your health.
Did you have people that doubted you in the business world?
Yes, and that motivated me. I love that, and I love...
Right. You sold a company to Warren Buffett. What did you learn from doing business with Warren Buffett?
I think the biggest thing I learned from Warren is that you get rich slowly. Yeah, I mean, in today's world, you see people and it's all like, oh, he got rich overnight. And that happens to some people. It takes time to build a brand. It takes 8-10 years to build a brand in this country for most people. And it takes a long time to acquire wealth. You will make 20 times more money in your 40s than you're making now because you're gonna know more people. You're gonna know what mistakes to avoid. It's gonna be a lot easier for you. And it's gonna be a little bumpy between, even though it might not seem like it now, it could get a little bit bumpy, but you're gonna make, how much money do you make now? You ask everybody how much money they make. How much money are you making, James? What's the biggest year you've had? How did you get rich?
So my business is gonna make well over $10 million this year.
At 23?
23.
Let's go, man. Congratulations.
So thank you, man. So what you're telling me is that we're gonna make 20 times $10 million in the next couple of years.
Yes, I believe that. Can I invest in you now?
I don't know if I need to.
Wait, you guys are making $10 million a year now?
Over 10 million.
So is it safe to say that your company is probably worth $80 to $100 million now?
Yeah.
You want to sell 10% of it?
We could set up a call after this.
No. Let's do it right now. Let's Shark Tank this right now.
I'll give you my contact. That way you have it. So what is the number one thing that you look for?
No, let's go back to that, James. I'll give you a check for $10 million today. Talk to your partners. You guys give me 10%. I'll even give you an out. If for some reason it's not working or whatever, you can buy me out at a price that you feel is totally fair. In 3 years, if I don't bring more value to what you guys are doing, and part of being an entrepreneur is figuring out how to get from A to B the fastest. If I can't help you guys get from A to B faster, I'm out. Think about it.
So you were just willing to give me a $10 million check. What is the number one thing that you look for in people when you're deciding to invest into them?
Hunger. I'm looking at like you're hungry. I see you out there hustling. The way you approached me, you are the business plan.
So you don't invest in businesses, you invest in people.
100%.
Tell me your craziest business story.
I was pitching Zico to Coca-Cola, and I knew that the founder, that the guys at Coke were huge Yankee fans. And I was friends with A-Rod, and I asked him if he could be at my office at 5 o'clock. And he was like, yeah, what do you need? I go, just knock on the door, wave to me, and leave. So he comes up at 5 o'clock, we're in a meeting, I go, A-Rod, I'm in a meeting, man. I'll call you in 10 minutes. Like, oh, he leaves it like the guy's flipped out.
Did you close the deal?
We closed the deal. We did.
So it's safe to say that credibility kills all bad attitude.
It definitely helps.
Let's talk to that young person real quick. They're starting out. They don't have a lot of credibility. How can they build relationships with the right people? You found a billionaire mentor at 26 years old. How does somebody get in touch with and connect with the right people?
Proximity. You got to put yourself in situations in the right rooms. I mean, when I was 21 years old and I was sleeping on my friend's couch, I used to go to the Beverly Hills Hotel every day for lunch. And I walked in the first day and I'm like, mogul, actor, best athlete, best CEO. I'm like, you don't have to stay at this hotel to go to the restaurant. My friend's like, no. That became my office. I went every single day at 21 into the Beverly Hills Hotel and I would watch their mannerisms. I would literally follow someone into the bathroom, and just like, oh my God, I saw you. Just starting small talk. Proximity, man.
57 years old today. If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
I think the best quote I ever heard is from Gandhi. Learn like you'll live forever, live like you'll die tomorrow.
I love that. So you got to make every day count.
I'm always learning and I live big.
You have amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for your time.
Keep doing
my
what you're
friend.
doing. 10%. 10%. Think about